Hi loves! So I did a poll on my Instagram asking if people wanted to find out how I edited my pictures to get them from this to this. And most people had voted for yes, so this video is going to be about that and how to edit your pictures to get rid of objects that you don't want in the picture, as well as to just make the picture look better overall and brighter and bring out the colors and all of that good stuff. So if you want to find out about that, then definitely keep watching this video.
So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you have the following apps: Facetune, Facetune 2, Beauty Plus, and Snapseed. The first app we're going to go into is Facetune. So go into Facetune and open the photo that you want to edit. What I do is favorite my photos that I'm most likely going to use, so that way I don't have to search through all my photos to find the ones that I like, and then that makes it easier to know which photo I want to edit. So in this photo you can see there's a heater, there's some plugs, and there's a little doorstop thingy. I want to get rid of all of that, and yes, we will get rid of all of that. So the first thing we're going to get rid of is the plugs, and to get rid of that we're going to go into patch. So what patch does is basically it replicates what is on another area on the area that you want to cover. So I want to cover these plugs, right? And I'm going to replicate it with the top bit over there, and basically just zoom out, and there you have it. That whole area has been patched. Once you are happy with the bit that you've patched, click on the bottom right red tick, and it basically just accepts that patch, and voila, that plug is gone. The next thing we're going to get rid of is this door stopper. I'm going to click on patch again and click on the area, and I'm just gonna use those lines on the bottom of the wall as a guidance for how to patch it basically, and then just adjust this so the lines are aligned. You can use two fingers holding down to either tilt it or left, right, and whatever other direction to make sure it is straight. So that is the trick for patching things like this. If you have something else that can help you as a guideline, and that will make sure it is straight. And voila, another one bites the dust. Now for the tricky bit, which is the heater. We're going to start from the bottom, and we are going to patch from the outside and make sure it's all aligned. Sometimes when you're doing a patch, you'll see that like a dark shadow is created around the bit that you're patching. If you find that happening, then just zoom out a bit and make your patch area bigger, and it will help get rid of that. So once I'm happy with that, I'll select it, and then I will patch the next bit. It's going to take a little bit of time, but like it's going to be so worth it in the end, because then I'll have just myself in the picture at the end of this. So you're just going to keep doing that until you get rid of all the bits that you want to get rid of. And there you have it. We have gotten rid of all those objects. Now you can see there are some areas that are a little bit discolored that we can fix too. So once I'm done with this, I'm going to click on the top right and accept the edit. And the next thing we're going to go into is tones. So when you get into tones, click on the picker and pick the color that you want to use. Once you pick your color, go onto the tones, and then use that to color over the area that you want to change. And you can see the flow looks even now. And then I'm going to do a little bit on the wall as well. So I'm going to go back into picker and select an area that I want to use, and then go back to tones and use that to color over those dark bits. And that is it for the Facetune bit. I'm going to save that photo to the camera roll, and then I'm going to go into Facetune 2, which is the second app that I use. So I'm going to go in here. The first thing I'm going to do is whiten the wall. And what this does is basically it makes the object of the photo stand out. So if you whiten the background, then the person in the photo or the object in the photo will stand out even more. So this is what I do: whiten, whiten, whiten. And when I'm whitening, I adjust the strength up to like between 80 and 85, because I don't want to make it too white. Like you can go all the way to, 100 if that's your vibe, but I don't want to make it too white. And when it comes to like whitening close to the object, you need to zoom in, because otherwise you will end up whitening your object, which you do not want. It's very important when you're doing the whitening that you make sure you get your edges of all the corners of the photo, because if you miss the edges, I promise you, you will be able to see it when you're done editing the photo, and you'll have to come back and do it again from the start. So what I do to check that I have not gone over any area that I should not have gone over is to click on the eraser. When you click on the eraser for whitening, it'll show you in purple all the bits that you have whitened, and then you can use that to just check if there are any bits that you should erase. So you can see I whitened a bit of the floor, so I'm going to go and erase that. And I whitened a bit of the skirt over here, I'm going to erase that too. I think the arm there. And once that's done, once you're happy with whitening the background, then accept that edit and then go back into retouch, and we're going to whiten again. If you're wearing anything that's white, or if there's anything that's white in your photo besides the background, whiten it, but obviously to a different strength than what you had used for the background, because you don't want your top or whatever else it is and the background to blending together, because that would be weird. And then brighten your eyes, so whiten your eyes as well. It makes your eyes stand out a lot. So even when you're doing your makeup pictures, whiten your eyes. The next thing we're going to go into is details, and anything that you want to bring forward, anything that you want to draw emphasis to, add details to it. So I'm going to add details to the earrings. I'm going to add details to my eyeshadow and my eyebrows because I want that to stand out. I'm going to add details to my highlights on my nose and my cupid's bow. I'm also going to tap on my blush cheeks so that that stands out too. And basically that's it for the face. Then I'm also going to add details to my handbag and the rings that I'm wearing. I'm going to do my watch a bit and this belt detail on the skirts. And then I'm going to add details to the front of the shoes as well. The last thing I'm going to do for my legs is smoothing it out lightly, just because like I have not waxed in a million years. And once that's done, accept that edit and you are donezo's. Save to camera roll. The last app you're going to go into is Beauty Plus. So when you get into Beauty Plus, select the photo you want to edit, and I only do two things on here, and that is smooth for first, and you can adjust how much you want it smooth, and it smooths the whole entire photo. I usually just go with whatever smooth level it gives me. And then the second thing I do on here is tone, because my lighting is just really harsh and it washes out my complexion. So I have to add tone so my complexion actually stands out. And I usually go with the darkest one, and you can again adjust it to however much you want. And once you are happy, you can save that. And that is it. The other app I wanted to show you guys is on Snapseed. So with Snapseed, you can also use this to remove objects from your photo, but I find that the Facetune is a lot more reliable than Snapseed. So I'm just going to show you with the same photo. And once you go into photos, go into tools, and on the left side going down, the third item you'll see is healing. Select that and then tap on the area you want to heal, and you can see like you don't get to select where it replicates the cover from, so it can just do whatever it wants and it may or may not work. So you just have to keep zooming in and zooming out to make it work on Snapseed, but otherwise you can get the same thing done as you did on the Facetune, but I just find it a lot easier to use Facetune than Snapseed. But I thought you guys would also want to see that, because if you're doing something small or if you're using Snapseed a lot for your photos, then it's a handy tool to have. But yeah, that is it for editing photos.
Thanks for watching, guys. That is it for the video. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you in my next one. Love and lights.